Hi creators, I'm Anne of Anne Again Creates. Today I am going outline free. So instead of an outline, I will be using a letter cutout. I used my silhouette to cut out this letter G, but you could trace it onto black cardstock and cut it out by hand. Or, the easiest way of all, you could just print it out onto white paper and call it good. But whichever way you decide to do it, this no outline method is kind of super liberating. You are not stuck to the confines of a squishy outline trying to get each piece to fit just so. And look at this design. I only cover half the letter on purpose. This was a lot of fun to do something new. I encourage you to try it out. All right. Now it's time to get down to business and glue this G down. I like using this needle nose bottle or whatever it's called. It doesn't put out much glue, which means it doesn't warp the paper. So that G is going to lay nice and flat. Here's my best guess at my color palette. It could change along the way, that's okay. I'm starting with the focal point flower, and the first skill is making a teardrop shape. I'm rolling up half a strip of paper and letting it relax into a loose coil. Glue it closed. And then pull the center to one side and pinch the other side. And that's a teardrop shape. So to make a flower petal, I'm using 5 teardrops, starting off with 3 and shaping them before I glue them. So the 2 outside teardrops meet or touch at the top above the middle teardrop. Alright, pinch that together till the glue holds. Then we're going to add the other 2, again shaping them before gluing down. If I were the 6-fingered man, I think I would want a second thumb. That looks like it would come in really handy right about now. Flower petal. So now I'm going to glue those flower petals together. But I want to give it like a 3D concave look. So before the glue dries, I am going to push it into that bottom hole of this lovely pink curling coach. I've never used a curling coach before. And this is not its intended use. But I am making do with what I've got. There you go. You can see how the flower is sticking up, pushing it down into that hole. So I've held it there for a couple minutes. Not as concave as I hoped for, but we'll go with it. Healthy amount of glue where it's going to touch the G. So the next step is the Fringed Flower, which we're going to be using as the center of our focus flower. So you cut tiny slits down the whole length of the strip, and then you roll it up like a tight coil and glue down the end. Alright, here's the fun part. You get to fluff the fringe. Just taking my thumbnail and pulling out those little pieces of fringiness. Put on some glue, maybe some more glue, and that totally takes it up a notch. Okay, this is the secondary flower that I'm working on. Similar process, making a loose coil, turning that into a teardrop shape. But this time for each petal, I'm going to use 2 teardrop shapes. Glue those together. Cute little heart shape. And I'm going to wrap them in the same color as the focus flower. So the 2 flowers are different, but still coordinating. I am not trying to make this one concave, so I'm just going to go straight to gluing the petals down directly to the paper. And there we go, the 2 flowers done. I've got a bunch of filler pieces here. Let's go back and show how some of them were made. So here I'm trying to make a domed tight coil. I'm rolling the strip up nice and tight. Gluing down the end. And then that's it if you just want to make a tight coil. But I'm trying to make it domed on the top. So again, this is me making do with what I've got. I am going to take the ball end of a straight pin and push it up into the tight coil to make it rounded on the top. That doesn't look very rounded, but it sticks up a bit. If there's a better way to do it than this ghetto method, let me know. Next skill is the Marquis. We'll be using these in the wheat looking things that you saw. Very similar to a teardrop. Roll up a strip, let it relax into a loose coil, glue it shut, and then pinch it with both hands so it's got 2 pointy ends. And that's your Marquis. Now I'm going to wrap the Marquis in kind of this olive green strip. Let's see, I think I wrapped it twice. But I want to leave a bit of a tail. So I'm going to cut it and leave a bit of extra strip. A bit of extra paper. Well, whatever. Because my idea is to create a thicker center stalk. Okay, so that is your creation using the Marquis shape. Now we've learned all the skills we need to make these pieces. These dark green leaves, you'll notice, are larger Marquis. And I wrapped them in a lighter green to help them show up against the dark G. And then these lighter leaves, these lighter green leaves here, those are two Marquis glued together and then wrapped in a contrasting green. Using curved strips for the stems. Dark pink teardrops. Light pink teardrops. And all I'm doing here is I'm just trying to figure out how to arrange these pieces so they look good. Nothing is glued down yet except for the two big flowers. Where to put? So there's the general idea. Now we can start gluing down and kind of fine-tune as we go. So with these curved strips, I'm just trying to put the glue on the edges that are going to touch more paper. Okay, I had a brainwave, and we're going to learn a new skill that I am calling Fringed Grass. I'm cutting a few long slits into the strip, leaving the very bottom a little wider so I have something stable to glue down. Using my quilling needle to curl and spread out the fringe. Yeah, I think that looks really good. Quilling has been around for such a long time. I doubt that any of my ideas are original, but this Fringed Grass is new to me, and I am pretty dang excited about it. And I'm excited about this no outline method. I've never seen letters quilled like this before. Again, probably not original, but whatever. Okay, finish up with one last Fringed Grass. So sweet. Angled picks, proof that the main flower is sticking up a bit, and close-up of the final product. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. See you next time.